Well, you can see the celebrations are underway down at Center Ice here at the Tributes Community Center as the Oshawa Generals, your 2025 Eastern Conference champions. And man, oh man, 8-game winning streak now going into the OHL final against the London Knights. It's a rematch of last season, and I think it's going to be, it could have the potential to become a classic OHL final upcoming. So let's recap how tonight's game ended up the way it did. First things first, the Barrie Colts deciding to go with Ben Harabik between the pipes. I know for some fans it's a bit of a surprise not seeing Sam Hillebrand in goal, but remember Harabik having a solid year during the regular season with that amazing save percentage, and Marty Williamson having confidence in both of his goaltenders and decided to go with Harabik tonight. And no surprise for the Generals, Jacob Oster getting the start. Now to note, Zachary Sandu took part in the warm-up. Remember, he suffered an ankle injury in Game 3. He did not dress tonight, so there's a bit of a hole on the blue line for the Generals. But after that, Cole Beaudoin, 6 seconds into this hockey game, gets the puck to the net, puts it in. However, it's disallowed for being offside. So the Barrie Colts came so close to opening the scoring very fast in this hockey game. Also to note, Justin Hanser, he was in the lineup again tonight, but this time he got some ice time, and he took advantage of it, throwing a hit early on. Then the Barrie Colts, they would get on the board again, making it 1-0. Tristan Bertucci took the shot from the point. Oster made the initial save, but then Cole Beaudoin would not be denied, backhanding that one through the 5-hole of the Oshawa goaltender. Now, there was a huge Barrie penalty kill in that first period, not long after the goal, with Bodie Stewart in the box for a slash. And that penalty kill, solid job, really limiting Oshawa's chances, although the Generals in that first period, they seemed a little off. Maybe it was some jitters knowing that they could advance to the OHL final, but they did look a little off in that first period and were not successful in that first power play. And then Anthony Romani, open cage, misses the net, and that was with 10 seconds left in the first period. Kind of surprised Jacob Oster as he sprawled across the crease to try and get across in time, but Romani not able to capitalize. Now the Colts outshot the Oshawa Generals in that first period 9-6 and had a 1-0 lead. In that second period, there was a big block by Kayshawn Aitchison. You could tell these Colts putting it all on the line here tonight to try and extend this series, but he was no worse for wear. He was able to get back in the lineup after that. But the Oshawa Generals would tie it up. Callum Ritchie, a nice setup to Luca D'Amato, who goes right down the middle and puts a top shelf on Ben Harabik to make it a 1-1 hockey game. And it was just a wave of scoring at this point in the second period. Noah Powell this time, wide open net, set up by Luca Morelli, would make it a 2-1 score. But the Barrie Colts, they would get back into this one. Anthony Romani, he would pounce on the loose puck in front of the net. There was also a missed tripping call on that goal. The fans here not too pleased with no penalty on the play, but the Barrie Colts, they would tie this game up at 2. Barrie Colts, just 33 seconds later, Emil Hemming, a shot on a 2-on-1 situation. Oster made the save, and then Brad Gardner pouncing on the rebounds. The Barrie Colts back in front. That was the story of this hockey game, that the Barrie Colts showing that resiliency, getting in front, but they couldn't hold the lead as the Oshawa Generals tying the game at 3. Owen Griffin, a breakaway chance on Ben Harabik. Great play, Tristan Bertucci, to disrupt the breakaway chance, but then while falling, he put the puck into his own net, tying the game once again at 3. Now, Kayshawn Aitchison threw an open ice, or attempted an open ice hit on Griffin. You know that would have riled up the fans here at the Tribute Community Center, who were all over his case throughout this hockey game, with the booing every time he touched the puck. So you could have imagined that. But then, not long after, Beckett Seneca strikes iron. So Oshawa nearly taking the lead going into the third period. Shots after 2, 17-16 in favor of Oshawa, and this game was tied at 3. Now, in the third period, right at the start, Noah Powell, he threw a huge hit on Kayshawn Aitchison. The fans loved the hit, but Powell, he was in some discomfort and went right down the tunnel. Looked like a shoulder injury potentially. Good news for Oshawa fans, Powell did return later in the third period. The Barrie Colts, though, they weren't able to keep this one going, as Matthew Buckley, he would go on a breakaway and put it on net. It was a rebound goal off of Ben Harabik. And to note for Buckley, he was filling in for Noah Powell at the time. So if Buckley wasn't on the ice for Powell, would that goal have happened, or would that have been Powell's goal? Either way, Generals not going to care. They're going to take that lead as it was 4-3. And the Barrie Colts called for too many men on the ice, and the Generals would take advantage as Morelli sets up Colby Barlow, that classic classic one-timer blast, making it a 5-3 hockey game. 30 seconds later, Oshawa extends the lead. Beckett Seneca to Luca Morelli makes it a 6-3 hockey game. And it looked like Oshawa took the game. It was done at this point. Bo Jelsma, though, took a shot after a whistle for the offside. This riled up the Oshawa Generals. No penalty on it, but still, there was some life there. Did Jelsma try to irritate the Generals? Probably, but still, no penalties on that play. The Barrie Colts, they would make it a 6-4 hockey game. Dallin Wakely deflecting the shot. Looked like it was close to being a high stick, but they did a quick review and it was good to go. So Barrie within 2. They had the momentum. They were getting pucks on Jacob Oster, but then Tristan Bertucci in front of his own net turns it over right to Owen Griffin. He makes no mistake, makes it a 7-4 hockey game. And the fans here starting to chant, "We want London." So they were excited for this finish. There was also a "Go Leafs Go" chant because the Toronto Maple Leafs won their game against Ottawa, and the crowd erupted in cheers when they found out the Maple Leafs won. So we had a little bit of everything here at the Tributes Community Center. Callum Ritchie, though, he would extend the lead, making it an 8-4 hockey game as Oshawa primed to win the Eastern Conference Championship. There was a bit of a line brawl, though, in the dying seconds of this hockey game. Someone made contact with Jacob Oster. He was hot under the collar. He went after whoever he could get. So, yeah, everyone had a dance partner. There was plenty of penalties handed out. Actually, the fans here cheered when they announced that Jacob Oster was called for the rough. So the fans right into it. It was quite entertaining. But in the end, final score 8-4 Oshawa. Back-to-back Bobby Orr Trophy champions. They're going to take on the London Knights once again. They're now on an 8-game winning streak. So this is a red-hot Generals team. So we'll see what they can do going into the final. But for the Barrie Colts, give them credit. They put it all on the line here tonight, trying to get back into this hockey game, but just falling short. It was a nice touch, though, at the end. The Oshawa Generals giving mention to the 3 overagers of the Barrie Colts, Owen Van Steensel, Dallin Wakely, and Bo Jelsma. A nice touch there, as you got to remember, this is now the final game of their careers in the Ontario Hockey League. So a tough situation there for those 3, as now they prepare for whatever is next as they move on in their hockey careers. So your 3 stars tonight: Owen Griffin, your 3rd star; Andrew Gibson, the 2nd star; and your 1st star, Luca Morelli. So it was a great season covering the Barrie Colts. It was a fun ride. Cannot wait to do this again next season. I will continue to put videos up on the channel, and I'll do a OHL final preview sometime early next week once we know the schedule between the Oshawa Generals and the London Knights. So let me know what you thought of this game, with the season for the Barrie Colts, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you again soon.